In the prior round of the Paulo Duarte FIM EnduroGP World Championship at the spectacular GP of Romania, 2022 EnduroGP World Champion Andrea Verona and current EGP standings leader Josep Garcia waged intense battles for both day wins. In the end, the Italian took stage 1 and the Spaniard stage 2, with Steve Holcomb and Brad Freeman finishing in third place on Saturday and Sunday respectively.
We just need to keep focus and keep this line during the whole season.
Red Bull KTM's Garcia leads GASGAS's Verona by 10 points, with reigning world champion Holcomb sitting third in the standings on his Honda Red Moto. Round 4 of the 2024 Paulo Duarte FIM EnduroGP World Championship, the Polisport GP of Italy, is held in the beautiful rustic northern town of Bettola, located in the hills of Piacenza, one of the country's hotbeds of enduro riding.
Hi boy, I'm Kevin Cristino. I'm there to ride in the World Championship, and we are there in the Italian GP.
Italian GP always a special opportunity for us to present something new, because we know, especially in a place like this, that there is a lot of people. So this year has been the occasion to present one bike that can remember the history of TM. This will be a special edition, and after we will have the 2025 model in our standard modern color. Now it's up to the rider. They need to be fast because we need to promote it, so we hope.
Yeah, we are here in Italy, finally home GP, and special tests are looking really good, especially the cross test, and but also the other tests are looking technical and fun and funny. So I think it's gonna be a good race. Maybe a little bit of rain on Sunday, but we will see. Team is ready, bike is ready, rider is ready. So let's go. Ciao ciao, tifo e gas a manetta.
As at every round of EnduroGP racing, competitors tackle the Akrapovic Super Test on the first evening. It's always a fantastic way to kick off the weekend. The local organizing club, Ponte dell'Olio, has set the course up on a cobblestone plaza in the town center. The fully customized track, which consists entirely of highly technical log and rock obstacles, offers an imposing challenge for the entire field of competitors and an impressive show for the large crowd of Italian Enduro tifosi on hand to enjoy the action and cheer on their favorite riders, especially Italy's Andrea Verona. The tifosi go wild for Verona and Garcia, but a miscalculated landing of a log jump sends the Italian to the cobblestones. The technical rock section also causes problems for EGP and Akrapovic Super Test standings leader Garcia. In third place, Steve Holcomb is the fastest of the EGP title challengers on the evening. Zach Pichon puts in another speedy Super Test performance to finish second. Hamish McDonald rides smooth as silk on his Sherco, clocking a winning time of 1:18.16.
Dude, I feel on top of the world. I know it's just a super test win, but I guess this means so much to me. I'm so stoked, and to be in Italy, one of the craziest places for enduro, it's amazing. Just gonna stay calm and have fun tomorrow and Sunday. Thank you. Thank you.
The sun shines brightly in Bettola on Saturday morning as riders and fans prepare, each in their way, for an exciting first stage of racing. All eyes are on Garcia and Verona, the current standings leader and the local favorite, both the form riders from the last stop in Romania, set to face off again here in Italy. Located in an old rock quarry, the Polisport Extreme Test presents many difficulties, but the most notable are the very steep climbs, which require full throttle riding to reach the top. Steve Holcomb and Nathan Watson are in the mix, but Brad Freeman is the best of the Brits with 2 wins. Andrea Verona and Josep Garcia take a win apiece and are the most consistent with top 3 results in their first 3 runs through the test. The Spaniard posts the day's fastest time of 2:52.48. The Max Enduro test snakes through the picturesque forested hills that surround the town of Bettola. Riding the truly Italian-style, hard-pack, rocky, root-covered track at high speed requires a precise reading of the terrain and trajectories. Freeman is the king of the Enduro test with 3 wins, including the fastest time of 7:47.66 in the last lap. Garcia gets 1 win on his KTM and is the most consistent behind the beta-mounted Brit. Verona also posts top 3 times on his GASGAS in his last 3 attempts. Laid out on a wide-open, relatively flat grassy field, the Acerbis cross test has the riders constantly braking into and accelerating out of the many, primarily off-camber turns that make up most of the track, broken up only by a few small jumps. With 3 wins and the fastest time of 6:47.2, Garcia's domination of the cross test is one of the keys to his outstanding performance on day 1. Steve Holcomb rides solidly but is never really in the hunt. The reigning EnduroGP World Champion must settle for 4th place on day 1. After chasing 1 British World Champ all day while fending off another, 2022 EnduroGP World Champion Andrea Verona finishes 3rd in the first stage of his home Grand Prix. Brad Freeman looks entirely fit for the first time this year. The 2021 EnduroGP World Champion comes back from a crash in the first extreme test to a stellar 2nd place finish. Josep Garcia leads comfortably by the end of the first lap, then holds off the past 3 EGP World Champs until the end with a nearly flawless display of technique and speed. Freeman and Verona stand alongside the Spaniard on Saturday's EGP podium, with Holcomb and Watson rounding out the top 5.
The overall winner, the fastest rider here in Bettola, the Polisport EnduroGP of Italy, Josep Garcia!
It's a GP that I was nervous before the start because I don't know why this happens always to me, but it looks like this one it works good. Yeah, it was a really technical race. Everyone made mistakes in the extreme, even me, all the top guys. We were pushing hard during the whole day. It was a really long race, 4 laps again. Now looking forward to tomorrow because it looks like the weather will change. A lot of water is coming, so let's see how is everything tomorrow. But I'm good, I'm fit, I'm motivated, so I have everything ready.
After Saturday's prize giving, a calm before the storm feeling falls over the paddock in anticipation of the wet weather yet to come.
So Polisport is a brand that manufactures plastic parts for motorcycles, mainly off-road parts. Our business core is plastic replicas for bikes on the aftermarket, and then we have a range of accessories like engine protectors, hand guards that we sell with the plastic parts. So this is our core business, and we are at the present moment one of the main plastic manufacturers in the world. We also are one of the main partners for European OEM brands for the OEM market. I can't name any brands, but the main European brands have plastics that are manufactured in Portugal. GASGAS Factory is one of our main teams. We are connected with some other teams, and that's very important for us because it's a way to get feedback from riders and teams, guys that really understand the needs to really ride hard a bike, and that's where we get the input to develop new products and to give the customer what he needs. As I told you before, we are deeply connected with Enduro. So when we saw Prime Stadium coming to this space, we saw their will to bring the sport up the level from what it was, and we saw also opportunity to staying connected with them to bring Polisport also even more to the market and to increase our awareness in this space. And until now, they are doing a good job. We are happy with what they are doing. I think everybody that knows the sport and have been here for a while and talk with the teams, with the people involved, can see the progress the sport is having since they are coming. So for us, it was a win-win situation. Also, of course, they are Portuguese, and this helps a lot, the connection between us, which is very easy and quick. So we work very well together. So everything came together to have a good partnership with them. Our products withstand extreme conditions. And to be honest, when you go to an enduro event, the extreme test is one of the most interesting tests that we can see, is where you see a lot of people. So it was branding and an awareness and trying to make that connection with what our parts can take and can be taken to the extreme. It's very accomplishing to be involved in a brand that is at the top level of the market where we are working in. So it's not usual in Portugal to have a brand that is top worldwide in what he does. So it's accomplishing, and it's a continuous challenge to grow, to develop, to be even better year after year. So it's a very interesting job.
On Sunday morning, it's as if the paddock has been transported to a new location overnight.
It's going to be wet. It should be good. Try our best. Try again today. Try to do a bit better.
We had a lot of rain overnight, and it's looking like it's going to continue into the day. So they salvage what they can out of the special test, a few cuts here and there, but more or less similar sort of layout. So I'm sure there'll be modifications, and tests will change from lap to lap a lot. So channeling my inner Porky Pig and roll around in the mud today.
As often this season, Holcomb starts fast on Sunday and leads after the first test. In the first test, Garcia slides into the trees and loses almost 50 seconds on the leaders. Verona pulls out in front by the end of the second test. Due to the radical change in weather, with rain and mud replacing the blue skies and hard pack from the day before, the organizers decide to reduce the number of tests to 8 and modify the Polisport Extreme test to make it more manageable in the wet and wild conditions. Garcia claws his way back into the fight by the halfway mark, while Verona masters the mud to take a 15-second lead, which he maintains until the second to last test of the day. With first and second place on his 125cc KTM, Manuel Verzaroli makes his compatriots proud as the most successful member of the Enduro youth class at the GP of Italy. With the same stage results as his KTM teammate, first and second place, Sweden's Max Ahlin leaves his mark on round 4 of the GALFER Junior Enduro World Championship. Hamish McDonald equals his season's best 6th place for the second day in a row, 52 hundredths of a second from top 5 scratch, but second place in E3. Zach Pichon, Sherco's best performing pilot of the season, nabs his first top 5 scratch result and another 3rd place in E1 behind Garcia and Holcomb. A stellar Antoine Maguin makes it 4th, 5th, and 6th place scratch for Sherco, and with the Belgian's first ever class win, a 1-2 finish in Enduro 3. In the space of just 5 specials after his early misadventure in the mud, Josep Garcia comes back from 28th position to finish 3rd overall. Steve Holcomb lets the win slip from his grasp in the last test, making 2nd place a bittersweet end of the round for the reigning world champion. Andrea Verona's victory Sunday at his home GP by a mere 46 hundredths of a second over Holcomb is a dream come true for the Italian. Holcomb and Garcia joined Verona on the overall EnduroGP podium, with Maguin and Pichon completing the top 5.
Really happy, and it's great to win in front of my home crowd and win on the last test. I was able to put a little bit of a gap during the day, but on the last Enduro I got a crash and I lost everything. So I had to push the limit on the last test to try to get the win on the last test. And slip, an easy one. I had a small crash, but I was able to get back fast, and in the end I was able to get the win. So incredibly happy, and thanks to the team, thanks to everyone involved, and that's good to like this for us. Everyone was cheering for me, for the Italian riders, and I was searching for this win, and it's really special. And EnduroGP win is always quite feasible and important for me, but here in front of my home crowd is even more. So I'm really happy about this, and thanks to all the fans that was cheering out there, even under this heavy rain.
Here's where things stand in the main classes after round 4. In Open two-stroke World Cup action, Tim Luis wins on Saturday, but loses only his second stage of the season, once again to Czech rider Jiří Hadek on Sunday. The Belgian still leads the category standings, followed by Israel's Inbar Sellinger in second, with Jiří Hadek in third. After skipping Romania, Great Britain's Alfie Webb goes third and first in Open four-stroke World Cup on the weekend to maintain his lead in the standings, with Frenchmen Franck Luberiaga and Alex Pichot holding down second and third places. Two-time Open senior champion Andrea Bellotti finishes first and third to maintain his stranglehold on the category, despite the large number of riders competing on the weekend. The Italian veteran is realistically just one Grand Prix away from his third Open senior title, in front of Sweden's Patrick Andersson and Belgium's Joël Delsupeche. After round 3 of the Women Enduro World Championship, Mireia Badia adds 2 more wins to her total, making it 4 from 6 stages for a consequential 27-point lead in the standings over Rosie Rowett in second place and Rachel Gudish 35 points back in third. The Youth Enduro World Championship is still all about Italy, with only the class leader's name changing from Alberto Elgari back to Manuel Verzaroli, who once again takes over the mantle of class favorite. Their compatriot Pietro Scardina sits third in the hotly contested 125cc class. The top 2 in the GALFER Junior Enduro World Championship also switch spots. Axel Semb relinquishes the lead to Saturday's stage winner and fellow Swede Max Ahlin. The 2023 Youth Enduro World Champion Kevin Cristino from Italy maintains third place in the junior class standings. After round 4, Red Bull KTM's Josep Garcia maintains his 10-point lead over GASGAS Factory's Andrea Verona in the EnduroGP World Championship standings. Reigning world champion Steve Holcomb sits third on his Honda Red Moto, and Beta Factory's Brad Freeman and Nathan Watson round out the top 5. However, with 3 events to go, the Spaniard and the Italian are gradually increasing their points gap on the 3 riders from Great Britain. Back at the paddock, fans are still strolling past the factory racing stands while support crews clean up, put bikes away, and prepare to head home. The ambiance in each tent reflects the success of that team's riders over the weekend. The manufacturer standings mirror the rider standings after the GP of Italy, with KTM still in the lead, while GASGAS takes over second place from Honda. The riders delivered outstanding performances from Friday evening until Sunday afternoon at Italy's extraordinarily exciting and festive Grand Prix. In conditions ranging from hot, dry, hard pack to drenched mud bath, round 4 of the Paulo Duarte FIM EnduroGP World Championship has been everything an enduro enthusiast could hope for. After an exhausting weekend with the complete skill set of the world's best on display, Garcia, Verona, Holcomb and company have earned a well-deserved break. They'll be ready to go full gas, though, when they come back at the GP of Slovakia. We'll see you there.